Hello, my friends. Well, it is that time of the year to get our ponds going, to start planting. Today we're doing strawberries, so we're going to share with you why having a pond in the garden is so awesome and how we get ours ready for the season, as well as planting strawberries. Good morning. Well, it's morning here now, and welcome to this week's episode where we have got a lot going on. Primarily the two things that we're going to do this week is we're going to get our strawberry bed put in, and I'll tell you about that here in just a minute. And then we're going to work on our two ponds. Yay! I always know spring has fully arrived when we can get the ponds up and running again. So we have two ponds here in the garden, and we'll be sharing that next. But first, I want to get to the strawberries. And I ordered these bare root strawberries. They came in this little box from through my partnership with Seedtime, which I'll put a link in the description here today. They have a relationship with, it's called the Farm on Central, and they got me these bare root, I purchased them, these bare root strawberries, and I'm excited about them. And I'm just looking down at my notes here, which was nice. I mean, here's the thing. It came with instructions, including a barcode that I could look up exactly what I needed to do. So I am doing that. And one of the first things it says, well, to store it, and I hope I did this right because I got this about a month ago, wasn't quite ready for them. It said to keep them moist, which I can see they have stayed moist in this bag. Check. They also said that it should be in your refrigerated, which I did not do, uncheck. But I did have them out in my she shed, which has been very cold. It's been very cold out there. So I'm hoping that that I did it right. But I'm going to go ahead. And then it says when I'm ready to plant, which I am, we've been cleaning out this bed here. I'm going to do it one more go round because we had strawberries in here previously, but yeah, they were old and they just weren't producing that much anymore. I'm wondering if I know the name of these strawberries. It's one of the things I don't know is in this paperwork. It does not say, so I will have to look that up and put it down. Oh, it's a jewel. It's called a jewel strawberry. There it is. I thought that would be there. Okay, so that is happening. So I'm going to open up this bag. There's like 25 of these bare root strawberries, and they said to soak it for an hour. So what I figured I would do is while I get the garden ready, I will soak these little babies, right? Take this rubber band off, and I'm going to soak them in there, get them all separated, and so there's their bare roots. Hey, Luna. You know, it's so funny. When I sit down here to record, quiet as can be, I think this is the perfect time. The plane goes by, the dog starts barking. Hey, Ab, what's happening? Luna, come here, get over here. Anywho, but here they are, the bare roots, and I'm going to let them soak for an hour. I'm going to finish prepping the bed. I do have here these are very interesting looking. Luna, we don't need that. We really don't. I have some true organic berry food that I'm going to till into the bed along with some of our compost that we have here too. So I'm going to make this bed super healthy. One of the things I also am getting out of the bed right now is mint. I've mentioned this in previous episodes, but what are you going to eat that, Ab? This bed, I had a pot with mint that worked for years, keeping the mint out of the bed. Last year something happened and it escaped. I've got a bigger pot because I love mint, so I've got a bigger pot that I'm going to do it. No, Abby, that's not for you, that's for sure. That I'm going to put the mint in this year because I really love having mint, because this is overall, it's my herb garden. I've got tarragon in here and oregano, both garlic chives and regular chives. I've got some St. John's wort, and I'll be putting in some, rosemary and a few things that are more of an annual, and some parsley I'll get in here. and the rest of it will be the strawberries. So that is the plan, right, Abby? And we're going to keep you out of it because we're going to put the gate up. We've learned our lesson this year that Abby is still a puppy, still got her puppy stuff going on. So we're going to, as I do this, we will put the gate up or the fencing up around it so that we'll keep her out of it. Like, I could tell she would love to dig into these bare root strawberries right now. So that's what I'm going to do. And again, it'll take about an hour for these to well, what would the word be? Not to regenerate, but to just bring them more to life, and then they will be ready for planting. And that's what we'll do. All right. Okay, so here is another project for the day today, and that is getting one of our 2 ponds together, which is being done by our in-house pond expert, Ed.
Yeah.
Hey, how's it going?
Good. How about you today, sweetie?
It is good. What have you been doing so far?
Waiting for you. No, seriously. We were working on the the bed back there. So these are one of the fun jobs of the year because it's really damn.
So what have you done so far to get it to where you're
All
at
I did
right now?
was I took the blower and blew the leaves out there in the yard. They're like embedded in there. So as everything grows, it'll be easier. So what? I took most of the water out a couple weeks ago because I thought it was getting really warm, but it's down. So what you got to do now is I took all the rocks out. We have a little ledge here for the frogs. They come in and they go out. But you got to take this. I took this is the pump, a little wire brush, scrape out all the crap that's in there. And
now, does the pump stay here all winter?
Pump stays all winter, and it's fine as long as there's water there. It doesn't bust. So what I have to do now is we're gonna put some water in here, hose this all off, and take the old trusty 30-year-old shop-vac that's only regulated for ponds because it's just disgusting. And then
we have already cleaned out a lot of leaves too. I know I did some a month ago.
Yeah, right. Because they get all moldy and
right.
Crap. And so one time we found a dead squirrel in here, and that was many years ago. But anyway, this is in here about 25 years. This used to be just a rose bush. We moved in here, and it was all real funky. So there's an old pump.
We found that old pump
at a garage sale.
Yeah.
And, so I just ran the pump under here. It's pretty easy. It's pretty. And we get one of those. What do you call them? Those things that float.
The plants. I forget the name of the plant. It's like a watercress.
The water lily things.
Water lily.
Yeah. So right. They're really good because then they multiply and they keep the water clean, keep the temperature regulated. And the back one we don't do. We show you later. We just have willows that grow in there. Little pussy willows that grow in there. Punks. And so now I'm just going to wet this all, and then take the vac and do it. So if you watch right?
Yeah, I'll set up the camera and let you go to it.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
Sure.
Okay, well, it looks like you're almost there.
We are almost there. Takes about an hour, and then, but you saw, and I didn't realize that you never know what's going to be in there. That's why I had to stop and scoop out all the leaves. I thought it was down farther than it was, but I had to take a patch. I have some of these in the garage for many years because you always have something pokes through, or one of your,
because it's a plastic.
It's a plastic. It's a little kidney pond, and so we just dug it out and filled it with sand and then set that in there many years ago, and it just evolved. And you can do it pretty reasonable. I mean, I think these are up to about $80, and I think the pumps are about $80. So, and then you find that at a garage sale, and you just put rocks around. It's pretty easy.
Use your imagination, right?
Yeah, a little bit of backworks and Advil. But so we got to keep a patch kit around because one time somebody came home for a visit and like in the backyard, put the flamingos in the pond, not realizing that that there was a plastic liner in there and punctured. So we had to buy. So it's
Oh.
Beckett pond liner pads. I think we got a McGuckin's Hardware in Boulder.
Are you saying it was an overzealous guest?
Yes. We'll just leave it like that. And then, so now's the test. So a bunch of crap might come out of the hose. We'll see how we did. I cleaned out the pump. So we have a line running here, and then we just put it here. It's in a plug. Just put it in. Let's see what it does.
Voila!
And that's it until October.
Yeah, we'll get the plant. We'll get a water.
Yeah, it's nice.
Plant,
it's in the
or
afternoon.
watercress, I think it's called. Is it water lettuce? That's
watercress. It's
yeah.
something like that.
Yeah.
And then it's nice. The birds like it. The bees like it.
We like it.
Critters, we like it. It's nice.
Because our dining table, well, right now anyway, we're talking about moving it, but it's right there, so it's just a nice place. And my office is right up there, so it's just nice when I have the slider open to hear the trickling of the water. It's great.
Yeah, it's not real fancy, but it works, and it's does the trick. Everything's grown in around it. And
yeah.
You don't have to have. I know some people have everything's really fancy, but I think it can be simple. And
we're kind of fancy.
We're kind of fancy.
We've got a little sitting area here.
Oh, fancy, yeah.
We've got
mismatch, but it's beautiful.
Little aspen tree here, and yeah. All right, one pond down, one to go. All right, so while Ed is finishing up the pond over there, I am getting back to the strawberries. I went ahead and cleaned this up earlier, as you saw. I went ahead and put in this true organic berry food that I put in here. It was recommended to me. I do have an organic garden, so I want to use organic all the time. No exception to that rule. So I tilled that in with our compost, and now I'm going to place these throughout the bed. Now these are bare root again, and so I've never done bare root, so this is kind of an experiment for me to see what happens. But they said in the instructions to, when you dig the hole, to make sure that the roots are not crumpled up, that they're straight in the hole. So these are going to be some pretty deep holes, because there's some of these that are pretty long for sure. So that's what I'm going to do. It's said to do them 12 feet apart. I don't have that kind of room in my bed. So this is where it comes in that I'm going to do me, you do you, I do me. I only have so much room, so I'm going to put them closer. I think I could get like 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. I probably can't get all 25. I'll have to find a friend who wants to do these. Or maybe I'll put some out front. That's not a bad idea for some birds. Anyway, I'll think about that. But in the meantime, let me go ahead and get these planted. It looks like we got a storm headed our way, so I am running out of time. And with that, my friends, this just in the nick of time, we have a major storm. I don't know if it's a major storm, but there's a lot of lightning and thunder. Nothing that'll get you moving faster in the garden than, you know, when a storm's headed your way, and the garden will benefit from the rain and get you moving a little faster. What I did is that I put these little rocks next to each one of the strawberry plants. They were actually very easy to plant, just because this has been tilled up so much, because we've been getting rid of the previous strawberry plants and the mint. So I just have to work on have Ed help me, because he's so good at that, with the sprinkler system. And then I just clean up the side of, this is one thing with our raised beds, I'll just rinse these off, or when they get dry, sweep them off. But for now, strawberries are done. I've watered them in. Like with most plants, you want to water them in when you plant them and get those roots just going down. The roots were very easy. You just kind of pull them towards the sky, let me just put it that way, and then they just are like hanging there when you put the dirt in. So it was pretty simple to do. So strawberry plants planted, and on to the next project, which I think is happening right over there. All right, we are on pond number 2 of clean out. What do you think, Annette? No, let me take that back.
Every house has that job that you have to do every year that you just go,
I don't want
what
to
the
do
frig?
it. Yeah.
So anyway, it sits sits all winter. You want to leave the water in both ponds, that one, because Colorado, it fluctuates so much that, once it gets cold, if it stays cold, the water stays at 32 degrees and the rubber doesn't get dry and go hot and cold, and sometimes you get below 0, but it's always steady temperatures. So we found over the years that you just leave the water in, it's better. But I don't know what's in there. It's only about 2 feet deep, maybe 18 inches. It's a pretty shallow one, but there's a lot of leaves and sticks, and so we have the reeds that come up. I have to trim those off. So now we're going to take this pump that we used to have for the pool cover when we had a pool. I'll drop that in there and run the water out. This has really got a lot of good nutrients in it for the trees. I'll let that pump for a while, and I'll clean this all up, and then we'll come back and I'll break out the old trusty shop-vac.
Shop-vac.
It works great. So make sure you guys, if you use the shop-vac, you take the paper filter off and just use the foam, and it works great. You saw what it did over there. It worked great over here too. It'll clean up real nice. But I gotta clean this up. It's a mess. But
yeah, there looks like a lot of leaves.
in a couple of weeks, it'll be beautiful. The other one, because everything will start growing really nice. The flowers will come up. The garden will be good here. Over there, there's
we still
ivy.
have a lot of work to do right here.
It's okay, sure. I was talking.
Sorry.
Right. You married guys know what that's all about.
I thought, yeah. Go ahead.
Anyway, that's all I got. So we'll come back in a little bit.
What did I interrupt? I'm sorry.
Doesn't matter, Sherry.
It does.
It doesn't matter. No, we're I think this is, I think, where we ended off. We're gonna drop the pump in there. No, we talked about that. That now doesn't look very good, and that doesn't look very good. But in a couple of weeks, when everything pops up, it'll be really nice. And we got nice flowers here, and these are volunteers,
right? That have just volunteered. Yeah.
The purple is really beautiful. It's kind of cool.
Taking a nap. Mm-hmm.
So,
all right.
That's it. See you later.
Well, I better let you get to work. Ta-ta. And with that, my friend, that concludes another episode of the Victory Garden Club. And we invite you to come back and join us again as we get more and more done in the garden for this season ahead. Be sure to join us for our next episodes. Thanks for growing with us. And we will see you next time. And in the meantime, be sure to like, comment, let us know what really resonated for you in this video, and then of course be sure to subscribe at no cost to you and be updated when we have new videos up to play.